I wanted to follow up on what I was talking about yesterday about choosing to love people even though they're being difficult and unlovable, because people are difficult and unlovable. But here's the thing. Here's another thing that helps you put it into perspective. Not only keeping in mind that God loves people, but also understand this. And you'll see it. If you're a Christian long enough and you get around people who are radically born again, or even if it's your own testimony, you will come to find people, when they seem to be unlovable, it's because of the influence of the devil. Because once you remove them from the influence of the devil, people are great. They're wonderful. They're extremely lovable. You can enjoy them, and enjoy being around them, enjoy conversation with them. It's the devil is the problem. And so that's why people, we all have a sin nature that we have to subject, we have to control it. But people, what's most unlikable about people and most unlovable and most difficult is almost always the influence of the devil. And that can include Christians as well. And I don't mean they're possessed by a demon, but oftentimes they are under the influence of a religious spirit, like a Pharisee situation, right? They were religious, they knew the word, and yet they were difficult, they were unlikable. That's why Jesus kept having to verbally assault them time and again. But here's the thing, once you sever that influence from the enemy, the person's great. It's like their entire demeanor changes. Why? Because they also become a loving person. And so we have to put that into perspective as well, because if you're just focusing on how difficult people are, how much you want to punch them in the face, how much you may want to cuss them out but you can't, instead of focusing on that, understand you have a common enemy, and that's the devil. And so instead of allowing your anger to be directed at the person, take all of that anger and the hatred you have for what isn't right and direct that toward the devil, because it's his fault. Like, he's the reason people suck when they do. And so that's another way to help. I have found personally, that's another way. If I keep that in mind, it helps me continue to love people, because if I don't consider that, I don't like the person. So in order to continue to like them and love them, I have to understand this is an influence of the enemy. This person will be great once they're free from it. So that gives me a target to pray for. And we all will keep being sanctified and growing. And there are things that are irritating about all of us. But the more you grow in the love of God and increase in the nature of God filling you and transforming you from the inside out, less influence from the devil, you'll find that people just keep getting better. So don't ever make the mistake of thinking the person is, like, you just need to toss out the whole person. No, the person is very valuable. God loves that person, has good plans for them. It's the influence of the enemy that needs to go. You can have good relationships with your brothers and sisters and other people if you get rid of the wedge and the foul influence that's spoiling the atmosphere.